just made a sea salt maple latte. We have all of our fall decor sprawled out on our dining room table. So that can only mean one thing. Today we are decorating for the fall season and I'm feeling giddy about it. Absolutely excited. This is truly one of the biggest ways that I like to get in the spirit, of course, this time of year, especially living in such a tropical, beautiful, but very warm climate. You know, we have to kind of create the fall atmosphere for ourselves and take matters into our own hands. So I'm really looking forward to transforming our space a bit. And I'm wearing this vintage fall pumpkin patch scarecrow sweater that I found, or sweater vest that I found on Poshmark. It's perfect because I feel festive, but I also am not wearing a sweater and sweating the whole day away. So that has been great. This is my uniform, my decorating uniform. And we have a little tradition here. Before we decorate for fall, we kind of kick off September with one of my favorite poems by Morgan Harper Nichols. I wrote down a bit of it. I have this cute A Poem for Every Day autumn book that we've had for a few years, but none of her work is in this book, unfortunately. Missed opportunity, but I wrote out a bit of the poem right here, and I want to read it to you because I feel like it's just a beautiful, grounding, inspirational notion to kind of set us off into this new season. It says, "Let this be the September you always remember, the September you choose to accept. This month, remember that joy is more than just staying positive. Joy is a way of living, a way of looking for light in the midst of it all." Absolutely love that, and I feel like this season especially, there's just so much to look forward to and so much that is at our fingertips waiting for us to enjoy. So absolutely looking forward to what this season will bring, and also all of the crafts and decorating we are fortunate to enjoy. So basically the first thing I want to do is just place any of the obvious pieces. That's typically what our plan of action, and then throughout the video, probably tomorrow really, if I'm being realistic with the timing, we'll work on some DIYs, some crafts, and see what else our days bring. Cozy, I hear Palmer coming over to make himself at home, and this is his favorite spot to snuggle. Yes, up. He's like, perfect. My pumpkin pillows are back. We actually made these really beautiful pumpkin pillows in the past, and I've loved them for many years, but I'm gonna keep them in the containers and store them this year because as much as I love them, they're quite big and they take up quite a bit of space on the couch, and I don't know, I'm not feeling it this year. So we're gonna keep them, but we're gonna take a break from them, and they are falling apart a tiny bit. So with the toddler and our scruffy puppy, maybe we'll just give them a break this year. Mushrooms, I suppose. handmade little trick-or-treat bag is one of my favorite thrifted finds. It's so sweet. I never got to it last year, but I want to embroider our son's name on it so that when this year, he'll probably be old enough to hold it, at least for a little bit. But for now, it's just a little cute decoration. Either gonna put it here, or maybe I'll put it here. Does that look silly? Do I need to move this? I have some extra garden seeds in here. Let's see. Oh, I think it's cute. This was one of our very first fall decorations that we ever purchased when we lived in our apartment, our first year married. I found it at HomeGoods. I still love it, and it just feels sentimental and sweet. I actually used to put it on our fireplace, which I think, because we still have the mantle part, I think I'm gonna switch this out with the ABC banner. That would be really sweet. And then we can string this other felt one along the shelves. Okay, things are coming together. My mood is just boosting minute by minute as we put more decor out. I pulled out all of our dried florals. We have been using these dried florals for about 4 years now, and they're still in such wonderful condition. I absolutely love the dried florals, and they just add that nice organic, like indoor-outdoor look. But of course, you know, we're leaning into the fall colors instead of our very lush green space outside, which again, we love, but I'm thankful to have these color schemes this time of year. So this wreath I put on our vent hood last year, and I want to do that again, but I just want to zhuzh up the flower arrangement and then the bow a bit. And then I have this vase that we'll use for our center arrangement on our kitchen island. And then we have this one that we use for the entryway. So thankfully we have a lot to work with. Oh, and then we have this little vase that I put in the powder bathroom. I've added some additional faux floral before because when I purchased it, it was just like the little plastic pieces, and I don't think that looks the most realistic. So I might even cut them off and just add more of the dried florals this year. One little new addition that I'm excited about are these taper candle holders, and my vision is to have these sort of emulate a gas lantern. That's how I see it in my head, at least. Someone's very delighted by the addition to the pumpkins everywhere. So cute. Someone is so happy it's fall. Before I go out in the garage and get a hammer and nail, I'm gonna try tying this up with a push pin. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really not that heavy at all, and I just try to avoid the hammer and nails if I can. Honestly, just because this is a lot simpler and it leaves a smaller hole, so we'll try it out. And if anything, it'll help me figure out where I should put the nails so I don't do multiple, you know, little holes here and there. I'm not getting very far. My expectations for the push pin were very low, so here we are. I have these teeny tiny nails. I don't even think the camera can focus on it. It's so small, so it's not making a huge dent in the door. And who knows, if this looks really cute, maybe we'll keep it up all year round. Maybe, maybe. That's lovely. I love it. I'm excited to see it when it gets darker. One of my favorite newer additions that we did for the first time last year was tape these preserved leaves in the window, because of course this is the only way we're gonna see fall leaves out of our window in Florida. And the juxtaposition of the leaves with the palm trees in the background just makes me giggle. So I love these. They're preserved with beeswax. They're these gorgeous real leaves, and the Etsy seller, yeah, she preserved them with beeswax, which I want to look into, because how special would that be to gather some leaves from a fall trip and then preserve them and then decorate with them the following year. That would be really special. So I'm definitely going to research that. But for now, we have these gorgeous ones to display in our window. I kind of just tape them around like a puzzle piece. I have some extra leaves, so I figured I would just add them to the fridge for some flair. This little home placard was an antique store find, and it's so sweet, the little message on the back. It says, it's actually difficult to read, but it says, by Sue, September 1987. We love a little homemade touch. Thank you, Sue. And now for the absolute cherry on top of our shelf decorations. This little handprint leaf banner that we made last September with our baby's teeny tiny newborn hands. Oh my goodness, this is a treasure. And I want to do another layer of the banner for this year, and we'll layer it, or yeah, we could probably layer it, and then as we go throughout the years, maybe I'll just take one leaf from each year and then have like a progressively bigger hand. That just gives me all the warm fuzzies. love just keeping little seasonal photographs within the frames that we always have hanging in our home and then switching them out for the different seasons. And I typically, sometimes I'll just tape them over the frame, but this one I switched out. But it's the same picture. Here, I'll give you a closer look. It's the same picture we have in our entryway. It's when we went to New York a few falls ago, and it's in Central Park. I absolutely love the photo, but we have some other photos I would love to feature. I just took one the other day of Wells pointing at a mushroom, and it is so cute, and I feel like would look really cute displayed for the autumn season. So gotta do a little Walgreens photo run, but we'll just keep that in there for now. I have these other ones from our trip to Vermont that I put over the frames we have around our TV, so I'm debating if I want to do that again. I'm not sure if I do. Okay, we went on our pine cone scavenger hunt, which thankfully was successful. We have quite a nice collection of pine cones of all different sizes. So for the bats, what I'm thinking is I am going to watercolor the wings. I believe in the example they used like a cardboard-esque material, but I'm always trying to incorporate watercolor because I just absolutely love it. And that way we can kind of have the wings vary in color and do some more like deeper brown or black or even some like deep red toned. I feel like that'd be really nice. So I have these little sheets of paper and then our watercolor set. And in the inspiration photo, they also did eyes and little fangs for the bats. But I think I'm just gonna do the wings and see how that looks. And then if we need to kind of make it look more like a bat, we can go from there. But just want to keep it simple and very natural, organic looking. oasis we've created every time we come downstairs and see all the decorations. It just adds a warmness that wasn't there before. So very, very thankful and excited for all the memories that we have yet to make this fall season. I hope you and yours are well, and I'm excited to see you next. Bye!